Resourcefulness creates interest. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Have you heard about this brand founder who would refuse to share his story for 10 years? And no matter how much people tried, he wouldn't share his story. Have you heard about him?
Well, if you tell me the name, maybe I can look for a way to, because it's not possible that I know everybody.
without me telling you about the name, have you heard about this story?
No. I don't know of it particularly.
Don't worry, me neither.
You're welcome.
No one has heard about him because he would refuse to tell his story. So if you have a brand, don't share your story behind the brand with people. Nobody will ever hear about you.
There is one error that I have noticed about most of these stories connecting to values and its orientation. The first is that most of these stories about businesses and personalities involved is that they fail to articulate the deeper reasons behind their business or idea in a compelling way. The second error that I've seen amongst most stories here is that most people, they don't understand their story must be ingrained again and again in all of their content and in all about the personality involved of the business. Every business is about a human being. It's about people. There is no business that has nothing to do with people. And if the business is about people, then you must be able to ensure that your story, founder story is ingrained in all aspects that connects to humanity. Start thinking of yourself like a storyteller, and you will obviously grow your business.
Hi, and thank you for checking out this short clip from Obehi Podcast. I'm Obehi Ewanfoh, the host of the Obehi Podcast. This short clip was created from a full episode where we dive deep into this conversation. To see the entire video, all you need to do is to click on the link in the description of this video. Now, while you are there, I want to share something with you quickly. Are you a purpose-driven entrepreneur? Do you want to cut across the noise and attract the right audience, leveraging the power of storytelling? Now pay attention. I'm currently working on a signature program to help you own your story and stand out for the competition. It's a 5-step journey to help reshape your professional and business narrative so you can drive success and stand out in the competition. And in less than 90 days. The link is what you see on your screen, academy.aclasses.org/story. Now this is what we have understood. Storytelling is the most powerful instrument that is known to man. And this is what this could mean to you. You could either choose to own your story and leverage it to amplify your message and whatever you represent in this world, or some other person could own that story. The choice is yours. So why not take advantage of your story and use it wherever you are, whether you are in business environment or you are a professional individual who want to be able to build your influence and leave a legacy behind because you represent something. You are owning your story. You are somebody whose story is important. So the choice again is yours. Now let's get started with this short clip.
There is one error that I have noticed about most of these stories connecting to values and its orientation. The first is that most of these stories about businesses and personalities involved is that they fail to articulate the deeper reasons behind their business or idea in a compelling way. There is always a difference, a lacuna between a story and how the story is presented. This is why I always advocate for people to be outstanding communicators. You can't effectively tell a story without understanding the rudiments and the principles of communications. And I'm not saying British or American or the African accent or communication pattern. No, it's about understanding the language of your business. Understanding the language of your business, because every business has a language. The meal I consumed in the morning, bushmeat and palm wine, communicated a language that is based on African lifestyle. So for instance, if someone is coming in from America and wants to have a taste of, okay, Izu, I want to have an experience of an African meal, I will just tell a story about how I consumed, palm wine and bushmeat. And the bushmeat I consumed was so very big, very big, very, very big. In fact, when I was consuming it, they had to bring extra oil and tomatoes and pepper into it. So consuming this pepper, tomatoes, onions, and oil, just imagine with salt. Just imagine that. Let this ring a bell in your mind, because this is also why founder story is important. It causes you to make a move. Now, many of you are thinking, how can I consume this thing this man is talking about? Very tasty, very delicious. The second error that I've seen amongst most stories here is that most people here, they don't understand their story must be ingrained again and again in all of their content and in all about the personality involved of the business. Every business is about a human being. It's about people. There is no business that has nothing to do with people. And if the business is about people, then you must be able to ensure that your story, founder story is ingrained in all aspects that connects to humanity. There is so much to be shared about the factor of the founder story. And the next, I'd like to talk about this all the time, which is really, really important in storytelling, is start thinking of yourself like a storyteller, and you will obviously grow your business. Start thinking yourself as a storyteller, and you will surely grow your business. Well, we have so much to share with you today. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Izu Samuel, the gentleman that just consumed palm wine and a very huge grass cutter, a bushmeat with oil, tomatoes, pepper, salt, and some natural ingredients that I don't want to mention here so that some of you don't I understand how some of you are feeling already, but it was yummy. I'm glad to be here today, and many thanks to you, Mr. Obehi, for creating a zone and a family out of these conversations that happen on weekly and monthly basis. I'll yield the mic to you right now.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. I really do. In fact, you already made my mouth watering when you are thinking of the palm wine. In fact, I was thinking of another thing that added to the palm wine, the goat meat, If you read the book, This Fall Apart, you remember those things, no? The goat skin, the goat meat, there are goat meat everywhere, no? But this is a particular one. These are different. No? Okay, anyway, I don't want to go into those areas, but thank you for sharing those things. Thank you for checking out this video. Are you getting enough value from it? You see, this video was created for the purpose of adding value to you. So if this video make any sense to you, let me know in the comment section below. I'm interested in understanding what you take away from this video and if it makes sense to you, so we can provide more. Now let's return to the video. Thank you for sharing those things. It makes us very close to home. Particularly for those in the diaspora, it made them remember home easier than maybe just throwing out the story without putting those elements there. So thank you so much again for that sharing. Of course, that also means that you understand the audience that you are talking to. You are actually trying to provoke us and we get a challenge. Thank you for that.
Hi, Obehi. Yeah, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here. My name is Cyrus. I'm a brand creator, and I've been doing it for a while because I really, really enjoy it. And I have if I may please, first of all, I am based in Manchester, the United Kingdom. And if I may please start by asking Obehi a question. My question to you is, have you heard about this brand founder who would refuse to share his story for 10 years? And no matter how much people tried, he wouldn't share his story. Have you heard about him?
Well, if you tell me the name, maybe I can look for a way to, because it's not possible that I know everybody.
without me telling you about the name, have you heard about this story?
No. I don't know of it particularly.
Don't worry, me neither.
You're
No
welcome.
one has heard. No one has heard about him because he would refuse to tell his story. So if you have a brand, don't share your story behind the brand with people. Nobody will ever hear about you. So I'm not surprised nobody's heard about him. So that was just an example. That person doesn't exist. But I just wanted to, because we have been on this live for a while, I want everybody to do me a favor and stand up, please. If you've been sat down for a while, please stand up. Shake your body, shake your legs, shake your arms, tilt your head to the left, to the right, back, front, and add some energy to the room, guys. That this room is beautiful, and it's such a pleasure to be here, guys. I love it. I'm enjoying it. So if you've been sat down, please stand up for a bit, if it's possible. Stand up for a bit, shake your limbs, add some energy. Now, about using the founder's story. Hannah looked at the issue from such a beautiful angle, and that she was looking at it from member, staff, and employees' point of view. I'm going to open the scope up a little bit and look at it from brand user and brand consumer's point of view a little bit. And by the way, thank you, a massive thank you to everybody who taught me stuff up to this moment. Your stories and your point of view inspired me. Thank you. So I'm going to start with my own brand. I create brands and I develop them. And I started in 2019, and it was my birthday, and it was in June. Many people do the New Year's resolution. I do birthday resolutions. And so I decided to create a brand called WhenDidYouKnow.com. So the brand name was so expensive, and I couldn't afford it. And I'm not sure if you guys know, but things are really expensive in the UK, and because of the high taxes that everyone pays, and it makes it sometimes almost impossible to like own stuff. And I was paying for a lot of debt, and it was difficult for me to purchase that brand, because WhenDidYouKnow.com, they were asking for something silly like £4,000 or £5,000, or something like $6,000 equivalent of. So I had to think about it, and I thought, all right, create female. So a female fashion line called DidYouKnow.com. When did you know? So think about it, and then I was like, what if a little bit more resourceful and become a little bit more creative, and instead of getting that domain, instead of getting that name, change it to something else. Then I put the sentence in front of me on a piece of paper, and as they say, if you change the way you look at things, you look at change. Repeat this. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So all of a sudden, I had WhenDidYouKnow.com on a piece of paper. At that point, I was really disappointed. I couldn't afford it. So I thought, what if I change it a little bit? I'm going to pivot. As a leader, you should always be ready to pivot. So I pivoted a bit and changed the trajectory. And I said, all right, so Wendy, that's a girl's name. Juno, that's a girl's name. So I went from 0 to 100% female in the space of, 5 seconds. So I went from WhenDidYouKnow.com to WhenDidYouKnow.com. So I created that brand, and I thought, now I have something. Now I have a story behind it, right? Because that's based on a true story. I couldn't afford what I wanted to achieve. I had to become more resourceful. So resourcefulness creates interest. I went from somebody who wanted to do something to somebody who did something. So in a way, that journey changed myself as well.